What's up, everyone? Today we are here on another episode of Got Assets. We're continuing our Black Wall Street series to open up about financial literacy for everyone to grow in order to live a life both you and I deserve, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but first we want to do a quick little recap. This is our third video in the Black Wall Street series. So we talked about the historical history of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the first Black Wall Street's fall to racial prejudice and unjust laws in 1921 race massacre. And week two, our last episode we discussed group economics on a community level, breaking down how we are impacted daily with community economics versus not having those economics in place. And in this episode, week three, modern day investing, we're talking about, diving into and exploring the power of financial literacy in today's time. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that going.
So this episode of Pay Attention TV is sponsored by Paperclips Media. I started off in Chicago, now I'm based in Houston. I've been doing this over 5 years. Photography for me is creation. It's being spontaneous. It's creating moments that's gonna last forever. It's being creative. It's being innovative. It's networking, building relationships. It's so much more than just pictures, because it's memories for real. When I first started photography, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, this kind of overhyped. Like, what's so important about this? I liked what I did always. It wasn't until I actually sat down and realized, like, we ain't gonna always look this good right now while we looking this good. You know what I'm saying? We are actually creating moments in time that's gonna last forever. And that's a beautiful thing. If you got a concept or a celebration, I'm there. Don't forget to book a phone consultation too, just in case you don't see the packages that you're looking for. I specialize in packages. Make sure y'all follow me on all platforms at Monte Papers. Make sure y'all go check out the website, www.montepapers.com. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, everyone, I want to emphasize real quick the importance of this opportunity we have to grow every week. Right? I want to say I got this from an audio book of Eric Thomas on Apple Music, but he said if you learn something once every day, then at the end of the year, you would have learned 365 new things. And someone said, man, that's too much. I don't know if I could do that. He said, challenge yourself to learn one new thing a week. At the end of the week, at the end of the year, you'll learn 52 new things, right? So knowledge is power if you apply it. And so we reintroduced the vocab of the word of the week so that you have a chance to grow with us, myself, in just a small way that could be very detrimental later down the line, So we want to focus in on our vocab of the week to take advantage of our mind and body and learn one new thing with all of us included so that we can get to the next level. So to this week, right, our word of the week is volition, right? Meaning the power of choosing or determining. So volition used in a sentence would be an example of every choice I made was of my own volition and not subject to an outside influence, right? So think of volition as a way to just say, I made that decision myself. You know what I'm saying? I was decisive. I knew what I wanted. And that's going to be our word today. So it's time to grow, family. So this week, I challenge you to use it once in your vocab, you know what I'm saying? Or share the word with someone that you know so we can continue to grow. Again, that's our vocab word of the week. But Anthony, back on you, man.
Yeah, man. So with that, volition, man, got to use that sometime this week. Probably use it in somebody's meeting or something like that later down the line. But anywho, you know what time it is. We like to officially welcome all our first-time viewers and our returning viewers for tuning into the conversation of modern day investing via our Black Wall Street series. So don't forget to like the video, comment, post any questions or what you think about the series so far, and help us introduce some topics to the conversation. Also, be sure to stick around to the end of the video to hear about our crypto picks as well as our stock picks for the week. This is only the beginning.
Absolutely, man. And I wanna highlight the fact that this Pay Attention channel is for all of us to grow. So, man, definitely drop some comments. Our next series for this Got Assets is going to be Crypto 101. So we're going to be diving into more so the foundation of crypto. How can we get invested? What is a crypto wallet? How does finances and crypto go hand in hand? So tune into our next series after this Black Wall Street series because we're gonna dive a little bit more into a new DeFi trend, a very popular commodity, something that a lot of people are invested in, seeing a lot of success. You've had people that have taken some lessons and have lost money, but it's a new form of making money. Crypto 101, check out the next series. I know Anthony's gonna be excited. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Make
I'm
sure
ready
y'all
for
stay
that.
tapped in for the upcoming series after this Black Wall Street.
Yeah. All right. So with that, man, let's get into the topics for today. So modern day investing, like what is that? There's so many ways to invest. I feel like it's almost like it's easier to invest. So to me, just a quick example of modern day investing is, like crypto, stocks, that type of stuff. Stocks has been around for a while, but like they haven't been as easily accessible as they are today. So I feel like accumulating a stock position is a lot easier these days than what they have been in the past like 10 years or so. And then of course crypto, that's digital money, so that's the new age stuff for real.
Man, I want to highlight one thing you said about stocks and how you said it was here before crypto, because to me modern day investing is the same as it was 100 years ago, 50 years ago to say even. The most common thing to invest in were stocks, oil and gas. And so with technology changing today, it's just like, man, what is commonly invested in? So modern day investing to me has developed with time as the human race has developed. You invest in real estate, that looks different now than it did 50 years ago. Investing in currencies, investing in crypto, investing in anything yourself, right? Self-development, investing in yourself looks different now than it did 50 years ago. So I think modern day investing is really investing in community, investing in businesses, investing in people, and even yourself at times. I just think that today, as we think about modern day investing, we may not fully understand how easy it is to actually, one, get educated, and two, start investing. Anthony explained it. Stocks, crypto are some examples. You even have options or futures, forex. And I want to stress this one last time before we go forward. Investing in yourself, believe it or not, you're an investment. So investing in a stock is you investing in yourself, whether that's financially or you mentally, because now you're doing research and focusing on different conversations. So, I think modern day investing has a lot of different tentacles, kind of like
for sure. And then I think one important thing that you said had something to do with investing in yourself. Like when we think about investing, we're always thinking about investing in something else, like another company, another move, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when you hear about investing, you rarely hear about personal development, investing in yourself, building up that skill or that knowledge base so that you can use that to further your gains and income elsewhere. So yeah, I think that's very important. So, other things important when it comes to modern day investing is, making sure you're enabling you and your family to, create generational wealth. I think that's something that it's kind of cliche these days, you want to create generational wealth, but it's like, it's very important. I personally don't think it's cliche. I just think it's become that much more important in the forefronts of everybody's mind, especially if you're African American, building that generational wealth.
I agree.
And then, just getting that better quality of life, so when your quality of life is up there, your education, whether it's formal or informal, it's up there, what opportunities that you may come across are better, so your overall quality of life kind of just increases with that. And of course, community, when everybody's eating, that's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you build community for sure.
That, I'm getting goosebumps as you're talking about that, because we borderline similar on the same thing. Because when I think about why modern day investing is important, I want to just focus on one benefit that I thought was unique to me, that impacted me, and I know one benefit of modern day investing was it challenges me and I guess other people to keep an open mind and create new experiences. For example, personally, I realized how important financial literacy was after losing money over and over again on the same mistakes, clothes, girls, parties, the whole, not everything that we do as 20-year-olds, and I was a victim of the same, habits and mindset, and I would be spending way more money than I'm making, no matter what check I was getting. Even if I was making a little bit more money than I was used to, I'm still spending more money. And I didn't understand how I'm making more money than I was when I was younger, but I'm just as broke. It don't make sense, you know what I'm saying? that was
No, that's
more.
maturity right there. Because we all go through that, especially as young men. You know, what I'm saying the stuff that we kind of feel
Yeah,
like we got to spend our money on for one reason or another. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely maturity, and that goes into building up the quality of life, and just thinking differently. You know what I'm saying? Like that
yeah,
almost like a switch got flipped. So
yeah, bro.
um,
Like when I started studying about how money is used, like I realized that like the importance of cash flow. It like to me it's like most people like, man, why should we focus on that? Like I want to clear this up, man. I don't think money is the root of all evil. I think the love of money is, putting
mhm.
money above family, putting money above your morals, putting money above, your core values. I think that is the root of all evil. But
I
it
agree
got me
with you
to
on
really
that.
just look at myself like, man, the importance of cash flow. Like, man, it's really important to really think about that on a daily basis.
Hmm.
And when I started looking at cash flow, I started looking at my time. I started looking at myself, my habits, my family, and basically every other thing that gets affected by money just by studying financial literacy. So it allowed me to expand my mind to think differently, to do differently, and to just observe the masses, you know what I'm saying? Really realize that, man, the masses are doing one thing and a very small percentage of people are doing a different thing.
Yeah, almost the complete opposite, actually.
Yeah,
So no, like I said, man, like I call that the red pill moment. When you
yeah,
decide to kind of unplug from the matrix and decide to do things differently. Because obviously, if you continue to do them how you and people previous to you have done them, then no one's going to get anywhere. So no,
yeah,
that's definitely an awesome moment to go through individually.
yeah. But
But
and
like, just to
I'll
go ahead,
go.
go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, man, so like when we talk about financial literacy, bro, and we talk about how powerful the impact is of just on yourself, what are some benefits of like following other people that are like-minded? Who are some other common modern day investors, what I'm saying, that people should look out for?
Yeah, for me, like a lot of like, and two of them are people that probably no one has really heard of, right? But I think Kevin O'Leary is a good one, even though he's like an older gentleman.
Yeah, I'm a big
He
fan of Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, bro. Like he's an older gentleman, but his mindset allows him to adapt no matter what the time is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's almost like a superpower because it's easy to get stuck in your ways and stuck in your thinking and only make moves based off of that. But when you're
Yeah,
able to kind of adapt with the times, because things are different from the 60s between the 70s and the 70s between the 80s and so on and so
right.
forth. So when you're from a different time, but you're able to adapt to the current time, I feel like that's a superpower, and he definitely has that. He definitely has
Yeah,
that. So I'll say Kevin O'Leary for that reason.
yeah.
And then
That
my
just
other one, you said what?
no, you keep going, man.
Okay. I was just also gonna say Greg Kidd. So this gentleman, he's not really known, right? But I came across him when I first got into crypto and really started looking into Ripple and how they use the XRP token and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
he got in early with Ripple, like way, 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 way early, like before people even really knew what Ripple was.
Right.
And the fact that he was able to whatever circle he's in allowed him to be privy to an opportunity such as that, right? That early. And to be able to be on the cutting edge before blockchain was really even blockchain or crypto was even really what it is today. I think that's an amazing feature or attribute that he has to
Yeah.
be in that early on. And he's like that with several other crypto blockchain related ventures as well. So for him to have that key to kind of be early on something like blockchain that's going to change the world it's amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So them two people for sure for me.
Lit. Okay, for sure, man. Man, because when I was thinking about, common modern day investors, I think the question should be who isn't a modern day investor? We see influencers all over social media now, like
Hmm.
Aristotle from Atlanta, Bilal, and Troy Millens, from Ohio. Joshua Arable, another social media influencer, who are taking over social media right now with the blaze of financial literacy.
Hmm.
It's kind of it seems like it's not big, but you know what I'm saying, the blaze of financial literacy is actually growing in the Black and brown community every day. You know,
Yeah.
you got celebrity actors or owners of NFTs, you know, rappers who own cryptos, athletes who invest in stocks, and you can even be an individual that doesn't have any of those skill sets with a diverse portfolio of all of the above, you know.
Mhm.
So I think a lot of common modern day investors are just anyone that we see that are in the position, one, of having an income, but two, that are in rooms. So when you think about businesses and corporations, like think about these CEOs, like, yeah, they're getting paid millions of dollars as a salary, and they're more than likely investing as an individual. But think about Coca-Cola. CEO's getting paid his own check, probably invest his own money, but Coca-Cola as a company is putting money into investing into different stocks. So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty common that we're seeing it in a lot of the entertainment, a lot of the local popular industries, as well as some of the business and some of the professional industries. You know, like Warren Buffett, for example, you know what I'm saying, of Berkshire Hathaway, the most expensive stock in the world. As an individual, he invests in Apple, Coca-Cola, American Express, Visa, you know what I'm saying, and so much more. So imagine what his businesses that he owns invest in. Just off
Exactly.
what he knows and who the rooms he's in. So I
Just
think there's
compounding.
a high chance that, you know what I'm saying, these companies are also doing the same thing that we're seeing these, again, popular influencers, these people with social media with a following, with supporters, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
they're investing, believe it or not, real estate. And you know, this is a whole nother
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Yeah, man.
But that just broadens the scope of what the phenomenon we're seeing when it comes to investing. Like people are getting hip to how to actually put their money to work, and I think that's the important thing, right? Like a lot of, like, don't get me wrong, nothing's wrong with working a 9 to 5. Like I feel like, you know, 9 to 5s should truly be people's passions, and that's only possible if you have other things that's, you know, working for you, and you're not solely dependent on a 9 to 5's income, right? At least that's just how I look at it. So, you know, you're seeing everybody get into investing, no matter what the income ratio is or the tax bracket is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm seeing everybody really getting into investing. That's a beautiful thing, because when we're actively investing and actively putting our money to work, you know, that gets a lot of other things moving as well. You know what I'm saying? So this just goes back to building that better quality of life, you know, and building that community up. So knowledge is part of that community. So, but moving on, definitely want to talk about some tools for beginners to start using when it comes to modern day investing, because like I said, everybody can invest, like everybody, whether it's $1 or $20 or $2,000.
Everybody, Cash App right now, drop $1 in any stock, Bitcoin,
exactly,
right now.
Exactly. And Cash App is one of those tools that some people can use to invest, right? Whatever your preference is. Like I was thinking about Robinhood, you know, PayPal offers crypto deposits, and you can kind of hold your crypto on your PayPal account. That's different, you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't there 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying? So that's big time. And then like
Elon, the owner of PayPal, even had a phase where Tesla was accepting Dogecoin and Bitcoin for transactions for Teslas, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
People buying them with cryptos.
Exactly. And that's different, you know what I'm saying? That was not happening 5 years ago or even 3 years ago. It's just now happening now, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to crypto and investing in crypto, there's exchanges that you can go to where you can purchase these cryptos, like Coinbase, Uphold, BitTrue, you know, just to name a few. And then of course, if you're not one of those people that want to utilize exchanges for actively investing, whether it's DeFi or something like that, with crypto, and actually putting your cryptos further to work, there's various Web3 wallets like Bifrost or Hashpack or Ledger Nano, you know what I'm saying, just to safely secure your cryptos.
For people, man, for beginners that are looking for tools and resources, I think, you know what I'm saying, first, you know what I'm saying, just to piggyback on what you just said, you know what I'm saying, let's shout out the fact that we have these smartphones, you know what I'm saying, these laptops, these smart TVs. and all these technological advancements, because technology not only makes life a little more simple, you know, but also makes it easy for us to invest in these trillion-dollar markets.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
so there are things I think you should know before you start using any resource or tool, you know, because we can talk about crypto exchanges like he just mentioned, or exchanges in general, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not educated, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
you put yourself in a position to not be educated, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna know the lingo, you're not gonna know the basics. So get educated, you know, learn the lingo, learn the basics, build a foundation for your success. You know, every brick counts. You know, second thing, develop a true why for your reason of investing. You know, like, why are you investing? Like, what are you going to do with your return of investment? You know what I'm saying? And be genuine with yourself. You don't have to write anything down that sounds good to everyone else. You know what I'm saying? If your goal is to invest in an apartment, you know what I'm saying, move out of your mom's house, get a new car, you know what I'm saying, make that goal your personal goal, because when you're investing, there's going to be downtowns and there's going to be uptown, and you're going to need a real force, a real push to keep going even after things get tough, because let's put it in the air, it's investing, you're going to lose money. So lose the attachment to your money now and prepare to turn losses into lessons. And that's going to make it easier when you start using CoinMarketCap, when you start using Coinbase, when you start looking at TradingView.com, when you start marking your charts, because your mental, you already know, you know what I'm saying, you're preparing yourself. And lastly, never risk more than you're willing to lose. Like, if you're investing $1,000, you need to sit down and think, hold up, my rent is $1,000. So I need to take some time to think about this and ask myself, if I lose this $1,000, if things go wrong, am I good? You know, and that's something that Anthony said on the previous episode. Make sure that you're willing to risk whatever you lose, whether that's $1, whether that's 100 or 100,000, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that last point is the biggest lesson to learn, is never risk what you can't afford to lose. You know what I'm saying? Don't go broke behind investing, because that's just defeat the purpose. Like,
Yeah,
you hustling backwards. So so and then
right.
and then the other point, get educated, learning the lingo, like language matters. You know what I'm saying? And each circle has their own language. Each sector, each, you know, career, like, just thinking about how important lingo and all the acronyms and things of that nature across the board that we all have. You know what I'm saying? Like, without knowing what those really mean, you lost. You know what I'm saying? That's like going to Japan and not even knowing how to speak Japanese. You lost, man, like, for real. So learning the language, learning the lingo, getting educated, you know what I'm saying, that allows you to prepare to make smarter investment moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, being uneducated is how you make uneducated moves. So you always want to be educated. So that's definitely a good point right there. And a lot of people, especially with me, when they you know, reach out to me or whatever, they always ask me, like, when's the best time to invest? And it's really simple. It's really simple. It's so simple. Like, do it now. Like, you can do it now. Like, it's that easy. That's that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can literally download these apps, create an account, make your first purchase. You know what I'm saying? And it's that easy. But of course, there's some preparation into that. And that involves the education, that involves knowing what account, where you should create the accounts to make your first purchase, how to make your first purchase, why are you making that purchase. Like, there's several questions, you know what I'm saying, that you got to ask yourself as you're going through these processes. But now is always the best time, because, you know, if you put it off, you possibly are missing opportunities, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's always going to be another opportunity. So
now that's facts, bro. And then, you know what I'm saying, that ties into, you know what I'm saying, like we said, leaders, you know what I'm saying, the people that you choose to associate with. Like, for example, Pay Attention is an outlet, but you have so many different resources to learn from. You have YouTube, you know what I'm saying, you have podcasts, you have newsletters, you have communities, and learn from someone you feel relates to you, you know what I'm saying, someone that you feel like kind of has a similar story to yours, you know what I'm saying, not exactly yours, but similar. And give yourself a year. Like, don't go into this, say, man, I'm doing this for 30 days. No, You play basketball longer than that. You know what I'm saying? You play video games longer than that. You know what I'm saying? You went to school longer than that. Things that you did in the past that you didn't want to do that had no benefit towards you financially or for your future, you put time in. So just say, man, what if I sat down for a year and just be honest, out of my life, 60, 70, 80, 90 years, I can say, man, I tried investing for a full year. I tried my best and I still don't understand it. Now I know it's not for me because I tried it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it wasn't for me. Give yourself a chance to create a new experience and learn something new, create a new skill set.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. And honestly, when it comes to what reputable sources you could use to kind of help get yourself educated. Like, I know this sounds crazy, right? I know this is going to sound crazy, but Twitter is a really good resource, right? It's all about who you follow. Like, I mean,
for the crypto DeFi, crypto is a great source.
Yeah. Twitter for like crypto, DeFi. I mean, hell, even economic moves, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that, because these people, if you tap into that community also on these social media platforms, right? There's no way one person could do the amount of research that 10, 15, 20, 30 people are posting about on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? True. And so it's all about who you follow. I mean, just me personally, I have over the years have dwindled my social media follows or friends or whatever down to like who's really in my life, you know what I'm saying? Like who am I really rocking with?
Value.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know that like it's just not a point, because I'd much rather see something that's going further me. Like, of course, like there's the funny moments or whatever, but like I mainly use social to help with my investments, you know, gain that research and that knowledge, and you be able to use certain things I see on social media as a springboard to go further research on my own and you know, find out some stuff for myself. So Twitter is a good resource, you know what I'm saying? Of course, there's like Market Watch, you know, a reputable news source. Wall Street Journal is another good one.
For sure. You got so many more. You know, CoinMarketCap has a news section that's strictly research, that's strictly information, and it's very accurate. You know, one of the most accurate sources. You know, one of the most accurate sources. You know, that can just give you a basic news. But when you start diving into these different markets, you know, crypto, when you start diving into stock, you start diving into futures and forex, you know, just understand all these assets have a certain type of lingo. They may have the same basic foundation, basic principle, buy low, sell high, but learn the lingo, you know what I'm saying? Understand how people are thinking. Talk to someone else, you know, don't trade alone, you know what I'm saying? Invest with someone else. Even if you're practice with someone else.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's how you just taking a step, you know, towards investing, you know, just putting yourself in that position to like hitting push-ups, you know, benching, you know what I'm saying, a rep, you know what I'm saying, one trade is one rep. So if you're on a demo account, you call one trade a day. By the end of the year, you call 365, you got 365 reps. You know what I'm saying? That's better than none, you know. So just think about how you can grow by investing, by just being around other people that can make it easier, by just having someone to talk to trade with, to learn from, to learn with, to teach, all in one, you know what I'm saying, one vibe, you know?
Oh, man, no, I feel you on that. So yeah, you know, like learning with others is definitely important, but you know, it really depends on your personality, because just for me personally, I like to split my time up between, you know, learning with a mentor, shout out to Amika, or, you know, learning on my own, you know, like it's definitely a balanced effort, because there's nothing like that intimate one-on-one time with like either you're reading solo or you're marking up charts, looking at charts, stuff like that. Like, you know, when you spend that time by yourself too, you kind of get more confident. That's where confidence is built, you know what I'm saying? So
you're gonna learn with a team, but you're gonna learn by yourself too.
Yeah, exactly.
In both shoes. Yeah,
exactly. So with that, man, that's pretty much wrapping up the content we had today.
Yes, sir.
But of course, we got one last thing, you know what I'm saying? We definitely want to leave y'all with something else, and that's our crypto picks and our stock picks for the week. So for me, My crypto pick for the week is Stellar XLM. The ticker is XLM. Stellar Lumens is a cryptocurrency that is used by the company Stellar. They specialize in domestic payments, so that's like within nations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're currently partnered with MoneyGram. MoneyGram uses the Stellar technology to speed up their cross-border payments, their domestic payment rails, stuff like that. So yeah, check that crypto out. That's Stellar XLM.